Listen, your life today is a product of the decisions that you made up till now. So if you want a different life, you have to make different decisions. And I know some things happen to you that were out of your control. I'm not blaming you for every bad thing. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not blaming you for the bad things that happen to you. You can't help what happened to you. You can't help if, my mom had major surgery and I was up there for a week and then I, crashed and burned and got so burned out. I couldn't help that happened, right? I had to make those decisions, right? But in general, the big picture, you're the product of the decisions that you make. If you want a better life tomorrow, make better decisions. Now you need to design your year. I don't want to go too deep into that, but if you don't design your year, you're going to drift through your year. See, God has a design for your life. Did you know that? He knows He's everyday planned. He prepared good works for you to walk in ahead of time, right? So he already knows what his will is for you every day. You've got to design your life. If you don't design your life, you're going to drift. Nobody decides to be $100,000 in debt. You didn't design your life to be $100,000. You drifted into debt. Nobody designs to be 100 pounds overweight. You drifted into that. Nobody designed to get married and divorced. You drifted into that. And so you have to design the life that you really want. Of course, you have to bathe it in prayer. God has to speak to you. You can't just decide apart from him, because apart from him, you can't do anything, right? So why bother? Why bother? So you need to make goals, and we're not going to go through that whole list again because I taught that recently, but they need to be smarter goals. They need to be specific, achievable, risky, time-bound, exciting, relevant. And then you need to find your why. You need to find your why. What is the key motivation? Why do you want this change? Why do you want this goal? Why do you want to start this new business? Why do you want to get married for real? Is God want you to get married right now? Or is that just you want you to get married right now? Dramatic pause. Because that's why so many people that's one reason why so many people end up in divorce. Because it wasn't God's will. Or they weren't ready. They were too mature. Or there's a million reasons why. Oh, Jesus. Help me, Jesus. Somebody's looking at me kind of funky. Listen. What are your key motivations? What is your big why? Why do you want what you say you want? With my films, for example, it's not some great, I just love making films. I love writing scripts. When I was in college, I wanted to be a filmmaker, right? I never got to do that because I got married, then I had a baby, then I started writing, and I've traveled the world, but I still have a desire to make films. They won't be the greatest looking, they're whatever. I don't care. I just like it. Amen. Some of y'all aren't the greatest. Who likes painting? Are you Picasso? But you like it anyway, right? I don't care if you like my film. I like my film. Amen? I'm doing it for me. It's called avocational. It's called a hobby. It's called, doing something to break up the monotony. It is not healthy for you to just work, and then lay on the couch and watch Netflix every night all night. It's not healthy. Tell your neighbor, it's not healthy. Yay. Les Brown, a Christian motivational speaker, he once said this: wanting something is not enough. You must hunger for it. Your motivation must be absolutely compelling in order to overcome the obstacles that will invariably come your way. One of the ways you know you're on the right track in the will of God is resistance from the enemy. Never one time ever, I've been walking with the Lord for over 20 years, never one time have I ever had the enemy roll out a red carpet for me and say, here you go, just do what you like to do. It's not going to happen. When you get resistance from the enemy, it should not make you faint and give up and quit. It should make you redetermined to do the will of God for your life. If he's opposing you for a reason. And what we do when we quit, what we do when we give up, because I'll tell you, you'll do all this and you'll be like, yeah, this is awesome. This is awesome. What an awesome teaching. I did this. I planned my life. I dealt with my regrets. I did all this. I designed my life. I've got a plan. I've got goals. And then the enemy's going to come in about 2 weeks and go, you go, because that's what happens. The devil comes and says boo. The devil comes and says hi, and we get all torqued up and bent out of shape, and we give up. And guess who we're glorifying when we give up on God's plan? We're not glorifying God, right? We're glorifying the enemy. So you have to get to your why. Why do you want to do it? Because it's going to get hard. Your flesh is going to rise up. There's going to be people who are naysayers, negative Nancys, Debbie Downers, right? There's going to be all these people who are going to try to talk you out of your dream. And you have to know in your heart why. And the first reason should be because God said. But there's other reasons. Why do you want to get out of debt? Because I want to leave an inheritance for my children's children. Amen? Pick 3 compelling reasons why. And when you feel like you don't want to get up on time or don't want to push that extra hour in the end of the day or whatever, then go and read those motivations and remember why you want what you said you wanted.